This week on FIFA Futbol Mundial, we're in Brazil with a club and a player on the rise. We visit Iceland to see how the isolated European nation's game is shaping up. And we meet one of South Africa's footballing legends. In the Brazilian city of Belo Horizonte, a sleeping giant is waking from its slumber. Founded in 1908, Club Atlético-MG is one of the oldest football clubs in the country and has a huge fan base. After dominating the Minas Gerais State Championship in the 1940s and 50s, the 60s were difficult for the club with the growth of local rivals Cruzeiro, who went on to become the major force in the city. Mixed fortunes followed, with another high in the late 70s and 80s, but Atletico suffered their lowest point when they were relegated from the top flight in 2005. Last year, after their second season back in the Brasileirão, they achieved a 12th place finish, but this season they're hoping for more. They currently lie in third, having recently topped the table, but not only that, their great rivals Cruzeiro are languishing well down the rankings. The man in charge of the current squad is Celso Roth, who joined the club in May.
If you ask me if we have a good team, I'd say yes, as good as any in Brazil. The important thing is we have a good understanding and team spirit. We've had it up to now, and I hope we'll continue to have it.
The plan was to use this season as a base on which to build for future years, with the league title being a realistic goal in Roth's second year. After recent results, however, they may be ahead of schedule.
We haven't been able to win it for a long time, but we started the Brazilian Championship very well. Many people said at the beginning of the season that Atletico would again have difficulties in the Championship, but thankfully we've been doing well and we're re-establishing ourselves in the Brasileirão.
One of the reasons for Atletico's current position near the top of the tree is their 24-year-old striker Diego Tardelli. Named after his father's two footballing heroes, Diego Maradona and Marco Tardelli, the young Brazilian was perhaps always destined to be a big footballing name. A highly lauded product of Sao Paulo's youth system, he soon left for Europe on loan to both Real Betis and PSV Eindhoven. With neither ultimately working out, he returned to Brazil, joining Flamengo before moving to Atlético Mineiro earlier this year.
He could have stayed in Europe and struggled to adapt to things away from the pitch there. But here in Minas Gerais, Belo Horizonte to be specific, Diego is doing very well for Atletico. He's happy with the situation and his family seems happy, and that comes across when he's at the club. This is one of Atletico's secrets. We have an atmosphere here where the players feel happy when they come to work. And that's important, as they don't come here to watch time go by. They come here to add to the squad, and Diego is an example of this.
Much was expected of Tardelli, but the doubters soon came when he failed to match his early potential. Now coming home and playing regular football is a means to proving that he's got what it takes to make it at the very highest level.
Here in Brazil, I'm seen as a player who hasn't made it yet, a promising player. And this year, I've been able to show my worth and value in every game, in every training session, and with every goal I score. So here, I feel really at home. I'm not thinking about going abroad this year. I want to prove myself here in Brazil, and then be able to leave a more valued player.
For the moment at least, Tardelli is settled in Belo Horizonte, as are his family, and as the second highest scorer in the league with 9 goals in 15 games, it seems to be suiting him very well. Teammate Renan Oliveira.
Off the pitch, he's a happy person who likes to joke around and gets on well with everybody. He's humble and a very simple person. On the pitch, he's dangerous, as everybody has seen this year.
And that everybody includes Brazilian national team coach Dunga, who recently called Diego into the squad ahead of their friendly with Estonia. For the 24-year-old, it's the next step in what's always been his long-term goal.
The national team is my main objective, and to play in the World Cup. I know that 2010 may be a bit too soon, but I'll be at a very good age in 2014, and that is going to be here in Brazil. So maybe I can play in a World Cup here in my own country.
I think he has the potential, and if he can maintain this level, technically, tactically and physically too, I think Diego has great potential because he's an important alternative with speed, technique and good finishing.
At the moment, Tardelli has the support of the Atletico faithful, and for the club's president, Alexandre Khalil, whose family have been involved with Atletico for many years, it's a two-way process. Tardelli is good for the club and its fans are also bringing the best out of him.
I think his happiness and the good feelings the Atletico supporters have towards him are what is making him what he is, turning him into this great idol, like another Ronaldo. And it's also the reason why he's playing great football.
And if Diego Tardelli can continue to score goals like this one in Atletico's recent win over his old club Sao Paulo, he may just help the president's dream and those of all Atlético Mineiro supporters to come true.
I think that for my father and for all he's done for this club, I'd love to be the president when we win this title. So at the moment it's a good thing, but it will be very difficult and we're still a long way away.